According to reports, quote unquote, Errol Spence Jr. and Danny Garcia have agreed to fight on pay-per-view in November. Now, this is yet to be officially confirmed at the time of recording this video, but it had been long talked about, this fight, over the past few months. Now, it's going to be interesting. I think that Errol Spence is the better fighter, but coming back from this horrendous car crash that Errol Spence had, I still have some questions about his physical condition. Because you can go in the gym and do this, that, and the other and train and whatever. But until you get back in the ring, we're not going to know for sure where you're at. So it's intriguing to me for that reason. And if he has lost a step, if he isn't quite what he used to be, Danny Garcia will expose that. Danny Garcia is still a very, very dangerous fighter. You know, for lack of a better term, he's a dangerous fighter, Danny Garcia. He's a good puncher. Maybe not as good a puncher at 147 as he was at 140, but he's still got respectable power. He can box. He can counter punch. He's got that big left hook. He goes upstairs and downstairs well. The weakness for Danny Garcia was always his front foot pressure fighting skills, or lack thereof. When Danny Garcia is forced to walk down an opponent, he is a lot more hittable. He's more predictable. He tends to stand straight up. There's not a lot of upper body movement when he's on the front foot. And his feet coming forward are slow. When Danny Garcia is moving around on the back foot, his feet are actually okay. They're pretty, relatively fast. But when he has to come forward, he just hasn't mastered the ability to move forward at a quick pace and move his head and all that kind of stuff. So that's Danny Garcia's big weakness, is when he's forced to come forward. So it all comes down to how Errol Spence is going to approach the fight. Will Errol Spence box long range the way he did against Mikey Garcia? If he does that, then he's going to make it a lot more difficult for Danny. But if he comes forward and tries to attack Danny Garcia, I can see Danny Garcia having a lot of success, to be honest with you. So I think it's a good fight for Errol Spence to come back. He did say that he wanted to come back in a big fight. He wasn't interested in any tune-ups. And I salute Errol Spence for that, particularly after the accident, where he could have lost his life. He could have never boxed again. So kudos to Errol Spence for coming back against Danny Garcia. Interesting one. As far as it being on pay-per-view, well, Errol Spence has built himself up to a certain level now. He obviously had the pay-per-view against Mikey Garcia. The Sean Porter fight, that wasn't pay-per-view, was it? I forget now whether that was pay-per-view or not in the States. It certainly wasn't in the UK. But yeah, it's a good fight for Errol against Danny Garcia. A good name if he can get it the win column, and a good, just a good measuring stick right now to see where he's at by way of his recovery, his physical recovery. So it's a dangerous fight given the circumstances. Tip my hat to him. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Errol Spence, Danny Garcia. Is this kind of fight too soon for Errol Spence? Could it backfire? Will he be the same? Will he have missed a step? Can Danny Garcia spring an upset? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's happening. I'm out.